Hey everyone, this is Red with RedDragonLeo.com, and today is Wednesday, September the 22nd. Today we had a nice little down day, followed by a down day from yesterday. So what does that mean? Well, it's hard to say, to be honest. I can sit here and tell you what the charts say, but I can see bullish and bearish counts on the charts, which is very frustrating. We're kind of like in no man's land. I still think by the end of the week that we're going to end up lower. Now I don't know whether it's going to be a red bar here with weekly, but I think it'll be certainly lower than today. I definitely think that. I think Thursday and Friday we're going to sell off and put in a topping tail here on this weekly chart. But you can see we put in a topping tail on this weekly chart, and then we turned the very next week and went up and put in a final high and then sold off the next week. So it is possible that we could go up one more week after this and hit that 1160, 1170 area that a lot of people are expecting. So that would put up one more bar here basically before it rolls over. We can see here that we're getting up here in the overbought territory. It's curling over, but that doesn't really mean anything. It could go like this for several weeks before it finally rolls over. Monthly chart isn't giving us any help either. You can see on the monthly, it's just a big up month. I mean, I don't think it's going to fall off a cliff, but I don't think it's going to close up here at the high either. I think it's going to have some type of tail. I think we're going to have some retracement before Thursday of next week when it actually closes out the month. But so we'll get to that at some other time. But right now, let's just focus on tomorrow. For tomorrow, what I'd like to see is a nice spike in this ADX line, this negative DI line, just like this one here. Just like this big white candle. I'd love to see a big red candle. Is it going to happen? Probably not. I don't think I'm going to get that lucky. I just don't think they're ready to sell it off yet. We really don't have a lot of volume yet. And if they're determined to get up to that 1160, 1170 area, then maybe all we get is one more spike lower tomorrow and then a reverse and then a continue move on up to that 1160, 1170 next week. It is possible. It is definitely possible. So let's not throw that out. As you can see, the daily is, it's still up. It's curling over, but it's not like it's crossed yet. So there's no way of knowing for sure what we're going to have with the daily. The clues, though, we got some clues here, at least for tomorrow, in the 60-minute chart, because this down move and kind of sideways consolidation is a rough bear flag, not a perfect one. But it's certainly a rough bear flag. And the only downside to it is that here on the histogram tower we're a little bit oversold. But you look here and the positive DI line just fell off a cliff, meaning there's not much left in this rally, at least on the 60-minute chart. That's what's showing there. But unfortunately, on the flip side, the negative DI line really didn't gain very much in strength, meaning there really wasn't much selling pressure at all. So it leads you to believe that it was a very well-maintained and controlled sell-off. So that's a worrisome to the bears, because when it is not a panic sell-off and why it's not really getting any volume behind it or strength behind it, all it did was just weaken the buying, but it really didn't give any strength to the selling. So that's a little different. So that tells me it's not likely to go down too far unless we see this thing really shoot up. And I don't know if it's going to or not. But like I said, we got a fake print down of 112.52 area, which is right around this 1120 area. And, as you can see, I mean, it's kind of obvious. There's a ton of support right in this area, so that'd be a logical place to park this thing, is right there anyway. And on the daily chart, you could see that would coincide probably with right around hitting that 10-day EMA, or maybe if it goes a little lower, it could hit that one, but I don't. I'd say it'd be more in the 1120 area. That fake print, I mean, that's what we're looking for basically. I'm just basically looking to see the fake print tomorrow. On the MACD here, as you can see here, we are pointing down and we are still above the zero line. So technically, this thing could keep on going down, and these histogram tower bars could go down a little further. I mean, it could bury it if it really wanted to sell off and fall off a cliff. It could do it. And that this 20 or this full stochastics here, right around the 20, it could chop sideways a little and stay down here while this thing buries itself below the zero line. I don't think it's ready to do that yet. I just if we got to move down to here, now that would be wonderful. That would coincide. Looks like with there's a gap fill there. There's a gap fill there. There's several gap fills on the way down. So that would be really nice move down if we had that, and then maybe a retracement back up. But to be honest, I don't know if we're going to get it. I mean, you draw a line here. Well, maybe not from this point, but if you draw a line from here, yeah, let's see. Can you draw a line through here to see? It's not a rough line, but if you drew a line right in through here, you can see that this is kind of a channel within a channel. So you have the rising wedge here that we broke out of today. But if you took this line off of here and just drew you a line right in this area, it's not perfect, but you can see that it is literally a channel, with this one being the upper and then this one here being kind of the lower channel line. So if it busts out of there, a nice fall would be down to this 1105 area here and fill this gap here. Well, this gap here, I believe. This one here is a little bit lower, 1095 or something. So that's that's wishful thinking at this point. I don't know if we're ready to do that or not. I think it's going to take some event to do it. 15-minute chart here is looking like it's oversold down here. It is still in positive territory here, and this is a little bit longer time period on it. This here, as you can see, is 60, 65, 90, and 12 on the time periods here, as opposed to this shorter time frame on this one and this one, which are 12, 26, and 9. Same on these. So it's kind of oversold here and rolling over, but creeping its way back up. If you were to, if the numbers don't come out bad tomorrow, then maybe it goes down a little bit, puts in a very small tower. Same thing here, maybe puts in a little teeny one and creates a positive divergence. If you draw a line right here, and this thing curls back up and it runs back up into positive territory. That's very possible. But it's looking like a nice bear flag here, kind of a down move, not a straight down move, so it's not really a great bear flag. And then sideways chopping consolidation. But I just don't know. I think you read this and you look at this and you're just guessing at this point, because there's really no clear signs for sure. You can make bearish or bullish counts out of this, and that's the problem with the whole thing. Here on Cobra's blog, you can see we are going down from overbought territory, but look up here at the full stochastics. It's still up here in the 80 range. It's like it's not falling off a cliff like this line here. So that tells me this could just very easily just roll back up at any time. So this really needs to roll over hard. Is it going to? I don't know. This could be a up move and slight pullback that is considered a bull flag. Not a real strong one, because it's not sideways consolidation. Sideways consolidation will give you a really good bull flag. and those have like a 75 to 85% success rate of breaking out to the upside. But this is a slight pullback at an angle, so it's up, slight pullback, and that gives lower odds. That's about 50 to 60% odds of a breakout to the top. So so it's not really giving us a lot to go on here. The VIX put in a spinning top here, a doji, I guess you'd call it, and so that's kind of indecision there. So it's not really telling me a lot. It is going up. It could go up further into overbought territory, certainly, or it could roll over at any time. As far as a wedge, it's broke out of the falling wedge from here. If you kind of draw a line down this way, it broke out, and now it's just kind of chopping around here. I don't really see any patterns on it at all, to tell you the truth. So I just can't make out what they plan for tomorrow. Truly, this could go either way. If they come out with some really outstanding jobs numbers, manufactured, of course, then this could turn and run back up. And it could back test this line very easily, or just keep right on going up here to this 1160, 1170 area. There's nothing to say it won't, because it is oversold here. It's still above 50, even though it's looking like it's going to go down. The DI line here on the negative side has not gained any strength at all. Matter of fact, it just rolled over and died as a little selling into the end. It's like it just gave up. So this could turn tail and go back up. I mean, I won't deny that. That's certainly a possibility. But if they come out with some bad numbers on the initial claims, like say something over 500,000, then yeah, you're going to see this bear flag play out, this thing drop off a cliff. So it's really up to those numbers. I hate to say that, but when you see the market in situations like this, where technically you can't confirm a move one way or the other, whether it could go up or down, because the 60 could do either one. The 60-minute could do either one. The daily's not really giving us a clue, because it's not really giving a lot of upward bias right now, but it's not rolled over yet. It's not dying yet. It's not. So it's not really giving us any help. The weekly's not really giving us any help either. It is, still going up, although it's losing strength. So it really just boils down to a news event. That news event is the initial claims tomorrow and continuing claims. If they are really bad, or if they're really bad, then it's going to fall. It's going to be a bear flag. It's going to fall, and that's just going to get, a little deeper retracement and finally work its way back up. But it should fall, and this here should go below the zero line if the numbers are bad. If the numbers are good, how they really good, a reason for them to rally a little bit further, then they very well could turn it, take it back up, and this could roll back up. So I know it's not much help, but the charts are really not saying a lot that I can see here. Now this week here is statistically bearish. If that's any help, I think Cobra's posted it on his blog here. When you go and you look, and it's been posted on my blog too by Gecko and others. So it has been posted many times. I think it's like 7 out of the last 9 times that this week afterwards, I guess it'd be 7 out of the last 9 years, it is bearish. So and it is somewhere on Cobra's chart statistically. Well, maybe it's on an older post, but you can go look at his chart and read it. But you've probably seen it on my posted by Gecko on my site as well. So basically, gang, I don't know at this point. That's a bear flag. I think it should play out, and we should at least go down to the 112, the 112.52 print, which is right in here, and from there I don't know. Depends on the selling pressure. So that's all I could say. So you might want to consider bailing out of your shorts if we hit that, possibly. All right, guys. Good luck. Talk to you tomorrow.